Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. We are still dealing with these fucking businesses that keep popping up and they're like, yeah, I need my educated workers. Shit like that, man. Just take it easy. Like, I mean, we're working on it, right? Like, where are we at now? I mean, 82% of citizens have graduated elementary school, 54% high school, 55%, and 46% have graduated university. So, I mean, you know, we're making progress here. They just need to be patient. I mean, and hopefully, like, this dies off before it gets any more significant. Because I don't want to have to keep bulldozing all of these buildings because they keep going abandoned. But you do what you got to do, I guess. So our demand is right around where it's been for the past few episodes. You know, right, like even across the board in terms of every zone. So I'm trying to think of how I want to expand next, and I think I'm going to focus on industry a little bit, just because it is easier for me to tackle, I think, for the time being. But you know, I don't know. I wing just about everything I do, so, you know, take that for what it is. You know what? Why don't you? You know what? You can go right here, right? And then what we can do is we can just keep expanding out in this grid-like fashion. And what'll be super frickin' neat about it, right, is that we can just... Okay, hang on a second. I don't like how that's angled, to be honest with you. I would prefer it to be straight along here. But it doesn't actually let me... Okay, that's good. There we go. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, what was I saying? I don't remember. Yeah, I have no idea what I was saying. Why does this happen to me all the time? You know, not that I was saying anything particularly important, but would prefer to, you know, at the very least, stay consistent with what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, you know, I mean, like, the city is coming along really nicely, though, you know. I personally think, you know, even though we're having these issues over here, we're not seeing a lot of the issues that we normally experience early on in our cities, which is, you know, not making enough money, running out of money, having to take out loans and raise taxes and all of that. And we haven't had to do that thus far here, and it's really nice for a change to be financially stable. So I'm going to work to keep it that way going forward. I'm going to speed this up now because we zoned a new area. I'm not zoning offices yet because I don't think people are educated enough in this city for it to work. I mean, like, we're still dealing with these fucking businesses over here, you know, going abandoned because they don't have the educated workers. So I definitely do not think we are ready to handle offices or anything of a higher wealth than what we currently have. But we'll see. You know, it'll come along soon enough. We, you know, what was I looking at? I was gonna look at the education tab again. You know, I mean, like, 48% have graduated from university. It's gonna continue to grow, and it would probably be easier if I built a big campus, but I don't have the means to do that, the financial means to do that, I mean. So I'm not going to, but, you know, I do think that we'll be fine. It's just going to take time, you know. It just takes some time, little bit of something Oorah, oorah. I have no idea what he says. It's a good song, though. It's a very good song. One of the few songs by Jimmy Eat World that I can get behind. I don't mean to be insulting, but, you know, I mean, like... Also, why does this happen? This shouldn't be angled. I mean, I don't want to buy it. I can buy this. Let's just buy it. You know, at this point, like, what am I wasting my time for? It only cost me $7 grand. I have more than enough money to take care of that. We are not expanding this way yet. Actually, we might do that because there is a railroad over here that would be nice to have access to. And, oh, you guys are complaining about workers. What a surprise, because you're building these... Oh, you actually do need uneducated people here. And you don't have enough. All right. We definitely got to take care of that then. So, we're gonna expand out this way, and we're gonna continue the grid-like pattern. But when we come across, or when we get to this railroad, which I don't know when we're gonna do that, but once we get here, we're going to take advantage of it, which is something that I normally don't do. I normally don't mess with railroads all that much because I don't think they're particularly useful, but we're gonna do it this time around because I fucking feel like it, basically. But also, having multiple means of mass transit instead of just putting bus lines everywhere is pretty good in my eyes, even though this is, you know, this is for traveling from city to city and not for inner city travel. You get the idea, basically. Also, I forgot to do this. There you go. You're included in the district, and this also gives us more room for our wind farm too, which is nice. There you go. I gotta make sure you guys get water down here before I do anything. Okay. Not the most efficient design there, but gets the job done. That's what we're looking for. There you go. Alright, we got some people moving in now. Hopefully, you know, they have the same access to city services as everyone else. So I don't wanna have to worry about that really. And it looks like they do. About school-wise. I mean, there's an elementary school right there, so yeah, they're fine. They're all fine. They're good. Not at all concerned. We do need to get more people in here because these factories need them. I like the suburban-urban contrast we have going on. I think it's realistic for one thing, but I also think that, you know, it provides a little more depth to the city too. You know, because you don't have just skyscrapers and big buildings everywhere. You kind of have a mix of everything, which in my eyes is a good thing. I'm going to throw in a little commercial somewhere. I don't know where, but probably down here. 'Cause I mean, should fill up those spaces. And hopefully, you know, they don't upgrade too quickly for their own good. You know, I mean, like, take it easy a little bit. You don't need to upgrade, at least right away. Give yourself some time, is all I'm saying. But nobody ever listens to me. Nobody ever listens to what I have to say. You know, it's always, oh, there goes Luke again, trying to give us advice on how to manage our businesses. Government needs to stay out of the businesses and let us handle it. We know what we're doing. Meanwhile, you guys fucking upgrade, you know, and turn your businesses into fucking fancy boutiques. And then you wonder why you go out of business. Okay, because you're asking for like 6 highly educated workers to work in your fucking boutique. But anyway, rant over. We're good there. I mean, at the very least, that particular one we clicked on actually had 3 overeducated workers working there. Like they, you know, they needed 3 well-educated. They got 3 more highly educated instead, which is a good sign. I like how that looks. It's a good indicator that people are getting educated, which is what we want. And there was somebody down here that was complaining about not having workers, but I think they fixed it, or they were taken care of. I mean, we can kind of zone a little bit along this like corner here. So I mean, you know, there's no harm in that, I think. There you go. What was I gonna say? I don't really know. I don't remember. What a surprise. Let's go ahead and zone here at this point. You know, we don't need to really wait around for that. Yeah, you're all complaining about not having workers. Then why does the demand keep going up? If every time I build these new factories, they're going to complain about not having workers, and then I have to put in more residential areas in order to make up for it, okay? The industry demand should not be this high if this is going to be a problem. It's my 2 cents. Colossal Order, fix your game, okay? This is unacceptable. And as a massive influencer in the city Skylines community, I demand that you fix this, or else I will wreak havoc on your community. Trust me. All right, I mean, we can keep going the same way we were before, continuing to follow the grid format, like this. That works. And then like that. So these businesses are fine where they are, but we're going to zone residential the rest of the way. Also got to make sure we have water over here. There we go. And I'm going to click on this. Zone residential the rest of the way there, and then I will zone a little commercial along here, so they at least have some space to work with. Because, I mean, commercial demand continues to be the highest one for us out of all 3, and the most consistent one out of all 3. So we do have to make sure that we appease it at least a little bit here and there. So that, I don't know, people don't start complaining. Because frankly, that's the last thing I want to hear, is people complaining. Could give less of a fuck about your goddamn issues, okay? You think it's easy being a mayor? It's not easy being a mayor, okay? I have to select the fill tool here, and I have to click and give you guys areas to build, okay? Do you realize the magnitude of what I'm doing there? I don't think so. It's incredibly disrespectful, but, you know. What could I expect? Or what more could I expect from these peasants, you know? Okay. I think... Yeah, okay. It went back up. Good. Because I didn't want to fill this in with commercial. At least not right away. I think, you know, it will be fine doing this. I don't really see a problem with that. At this point, though, I think maybe you put in the train station. Well, I don't know, actually. I do wish, I mean, and I can build railroad tracks. So actually, what I was about to say doesn't really matter, but I am going to want a train station somewhere over here for the industry. But we can have like a commuter station, like right here or something, you know. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Go. And industry is, or industrial demand is popping off, even though they keep complaining about the same things. I'm telling you guys, you can't keep doing this. All right, I'm not gonna zone anymore if you're gonna keep doing that. All right. I don't want to have to get super strict, but I'll do what I must. We might as well go the rest of the way. Don't see why not. I just don't want to get too close to the railroad tracks, but I think this will be fine. I think we can even do this. And people can, I don't know, just deal with it, you know? Here we go. There we go. And then make sure the districts are lined up too. There you go. Beautiful. Okay, so we have a bit more room to work with now. Residential demand is still not all that high. It's there, but it's not all that high. I am going to give it that space to work with. So they can kind of fill it in on their own time. You know what? Let's take a look at this. Let's see. What is this? That's a tram. Not what we want. Metro? No. Train. Here we go. Train station. Allows tourists to travel to and from the city. So, I mean, it is really for tourists, but I mean, like, you know, we don't really, it doesn't really have to be, well, the noise pollution is through the fucking roof. All right, well, in that case, we should move it a little bit further away. I don't want too many people complaining about it. We'll do something like this, and then we'll draw in some regular roads, and we'll kind of run them this way, like that, and then run them this way like that, and then we can kind of squeeze it in there, maybe. Yeah, there we go. The thing is that I don't know where I want to put it exactly. I might want to put it over here, because I don't want to block off this big road here, because I do want it to extend further out. So I think what I might do is I might... but that's going to affect these people in these homes right here. If I put it here, it hardly affects anybody. But, you know, it kind of blocks off this road. You know what? I mean, these people can deal with the noise pollution as far as I'm concerned. They live right next to a fucking highway. Like, you know, I mean, they can deal with it. So we'll throw that in there. And then get some train tracks. And make them nice and curvy to really make it look neat. There you go. And then you kind of just hook it back on like that. There you go. Beautiful. So now that, that's taken care of. I think allow intercity trains. Okay, cool. So, I mean, this is just going to serve to bring people in from outside the city, but we can set up different train stations throughout the city. Holy shit. Okay, I didn't see this was going on, but I will fix that momentarily. But we can, I mean, like, it even extends all the way out here, so we could have, like, another train station all the way out here if we end up expanding this far. and you know, and in different parts of the city as well. So nothing to worry about. If anything, it is a good thing. And I need another water treatment plant because I didn't realize this was going on. You know, I didn't get a pop-up or anything. I turned chirper off. So, I mean, really, it's just annoying. But, you know, I would have been perfectly okay with like a, hey, you know, this is happening. Come fix it. You know, all these buildings went abandoned because of it. There you go. Because of the sewage, right? I imagine. Whatever. They can rebuild. They'll be fine. Okay. Alright, so we have this here now. I forgot to give it water and electricity. Give me a moment. You will have electricity soon enough. I just need to... Actually, I need to connect this road for one thing. And connect this road for another thing. Why is it angled like that? Buddy. Just line yourself up like that. There you go. Pretty simple. And then what we'll do is we will fill this in with all commercial so that nobody has to listen to the trains come in that live in these residential areas except for a few homes, and they can just deal with it as far as I'm concerned. And then this should be fine. I imagine this is not going to service too many passengers at all. But, I mean, it's here, you know, and we can pretend that it works for the time being. I mean, the only tourist attraction we have is the national park. And I don't think, I mean, this brings in a lot of people, but I don't think it brings in a whole lot of tourists, you know, necessarily. But, you know, I don't know anything, so we'll see. Did I expand the district? I did not. Not this far. Well, there you go. That's taken care of. And now we have all of this additional space to work with going forward, which is nice. I'll throw you a bone, give you some more industry, even though you guys are just going to end up complaining about not having enough workers, but it's fine. You know, it'll be fine. We'll fix that problem when it comes up. Let's see. I don't... hey, look at that. A train came in. How many people did it service? 0? That wouldn't surprise me. Man, I wish I had some of the mods I had, because they would tell me, you know, how many people were exactly being serviced at this very moment. Hey, look at that, 7 people. That's what I'm talking about. As long as some people are getting some use out of it, that's what matters. See, I mean, we built all that commercial there. Now the demand is just about even again. There you go. You guys can have all that space. Trying to think. How you guys doing? You guys actually aren't complaining. Well, you know, now some of you are starting to complain. What a surprise. You know, it never ends. It never fails. Why am I always right? I don't know why I am so smart, but I am. Alrighty. I think we're going to end the episode relatively soon here. Like probably within the next couple of minutes. We've largely just been expanding these past, like this episode and the last episode, and I apologize if that's kind of boring, but it is necessary because really my big goal right now is to get us enough money so that we can build a big, giant campus, and that requires that we get a bunch of people in here so that people will actually go to it, and it also requires that we have the funds to do it as well. So it takes some time, you know, but we'll get there eventually. It's kind of been the theme of this new city. It'll take some time, you know, but then we'll be able to do the things we want to do, you know. And so I do apologize for it though, because I can imagine it being a bit boring from time to time, but we're working on it. We'll get there. Don't you worry about it. We'll zone that one last area for them. And I think this is actually a good stopping point for us right now, because I can't think of what I want to do exactly next, but it is likely going to involve more expansion. So how many people is it servicing now? It says 0, but 69, 73, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode of City Skylines, let me know in the comment section below. Like the video and share it with your friends. It lets me know you want to see more of any game series I do here on the channel. The link down to the game is in the description box below if you want to pick it up for yourself. Subscribe to my channel for more gaming content. I play all sorts of games on my channel. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and I will talk to you later.